GOPs Jim Jordan picked as U.S. Speaker nominee. Washington, D.C. Republicans chose firebrand Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio as their new nominee for Speaker of the United States House of Representatives during internal voting on Friday, putting the gavel within reach of the staunch ally of Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump. Mobbed by the media, Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio Center talks to reporters as he and fellow House Republicans meet again behind closed doors at the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. on Friday, October 13, 2023. AP photo electing Jordan, a founding member of the far-right Freedom Caucus, to the position that is second in line to the presidency would move the Grand Old Party's GOP far-right into a central seat of U.S. power. A groundswell of high-profile backers, including Fox News' Sean Hannity, publicly pressured lawmakers to vote Jordan into the Speaker's office after its former occupant, Representative McCarthy of California, was booted out. Jordan will now try to unite colleagues from the deeply divided House Republican majority ahead of a public vote on the floor, possibly next week. Republicans split 124-81 in Friday's private vote, though a second secret ballot nudged his tally higher. "I think Jordan would do a great job," McCarthy said ahead of the vote. "We got to get this back on track. Get the latest news delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Manila Times newsletters by signing up with an email address. I acknowledge that I have read and agree to the terms of service and privacy policy." Frustrated House Republicans have been fighting bitterly over whom they should elect to replace McCarthy to lead their party. The stalemate between the factions, now in its second week, has thrown the lower chamber into chaos, grinding all other business to a halt. Lawmakers left for the weekend and are due back on Monday. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than on swiftly turned to Jordan, who heads the House Judiciary Committee, after Representative Steve Scalise of Louisiana abruptly ended his bid when it became clear holdouts would refuse to back his nomination. But not all Republicans want to see Jordan as Speaker. He is known for his close alliance with Trump, particularly when the then-president was working to overturn the results of the November 2020 election, leading to the January 6, 2021 insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. His rise would all but complete the far-rightward shift of the party, and boost its defense of Trump in 4 separate legal cases, including over 2020 election fraud. During the ex-leader's impeachment proceedings over the January 6 riot, Jordan was his chief defender in Congress. Trump awarded him the Medal of Freedom days later. The work of Congress, including next month's November 17 deadline to fund the government or risk a federal shutdown, would be almost certain to become anything but routine. Jordan's wing of the party has already demanded severe budget cuts that he has promised to deliver, and aid to Ukraine would be seriously in doubt. Investigations into Biden and his family would push to the forefront. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries immediately gathered his party on the Capitol steps to urge Republicans against giving the gavel to Jordan, an extremist extraordinaire, and encourage GOP lawmakers to partner with them to reopen the House. Overwhelmed and exhausted, anxious GOP lawmakers worry their House majority is being frittered away to countless rounds of infighting, and some don't want to reward the Speaker's gavel to Jordan's wing, which sparked the turmoil. "If we're going to be the majority party, we have to act like the majority party," said Representative Austin Scott of Georgia, a former president of the Tea Party freshman class of 2011 who posed a last-ditch challenge to Jordan. Jordan's tally on Friday was not much better than the 113-99 vote. He lost to Scalise at the start of the week, showing the long road ahead, though Friday's second-round ballot pushed his tally to 152-55. While Jordan has a long list of detractors, his supporters said voting against the Trump ally during a public vote on the House floor would be tougher since he is so popular and well-known among more conservative GOP voters. Challenger Scott eventually threw his support to Jordan. Without a speaker, the House is essentially unable to function during a time of turmoil in the U.S. and wars overseas. The political pressure is increasingly on Republicans to reverse course, reassert majority control, and govern in Congress.